Hello, geeks and gamers. Matt Lemke here with your Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and today we have another flip through for you. This is on the Lost Omens Travel Guide. It is at this point, I still believe, the newest of the Pathfinder books, especially for Lost Omens. Has a price point of $39.99. Is roughly, that's 130 pages. And this is really my second look through this book. The first time I looked through the book, it was, basically what I'm doing right now, just kind of fast and furious a little bit. One of the coolest things about, well, of course, we're gonna do the standard format. Every book has, well, great art, and I will point out my favorite piece of art through this book again, as I usually do. Table of contents, and then it moves into things that in this book are probably more player oriented than anything else, but as a GM there are a lot of good tools, at least that I think you can take into account and apply to your campaigns if you're playing within the Lost Omens era and world on Golaria. So this book actually refers to several other books that it uses, but they're not required to make use of it. It's just that they help. And there's a little notification here for those of you that may or may not already know. We'll zoom in so you can read it. Refers to several other Pathfinder products. Pathfinder hardcovers you can find the complete rules for these books available at paizo.com, PRD. And those are basically players' references. So we're going to zoom back out. The introduction is just that. It's an introduction to basically tell you what you are going to see within the book. There's a lot of references to the time, the calendar in the Lost Omens Travel Guide. You are going to learn about the different timepieces, different maps, or different calendars, the different types of clocks, and things like different festivals in the different countries all throughout the world. Somebody shot me on my phone. And if we zoom in here real quick, I actually found this to be one of the cooler things. You've got the Soul Sand timers, the Infinite Clock, Syndrel's Climb, or is it a vine? Syndrel's Climb, which is a way of measuring 24 hours. There is a Pocket Scribe, which is basically a little book that is a foldable calendar. Rings of Time, and the Gilded Days. And again, on the next page, there's more types of clocks. Drip clock, the time exchange, the perseverance clock, another example of a calendar. For a second there, I thought it was upside down. It looked really weird. And then it branches off into things that you might experience in everyday life. It talks about basic, just like an intro to it, and the languages and ancient languages that you can find in the world. And then it does something that I thought was really kind of cool. It starts talking about the different designs of how homes might be made, so that you have an interesting layout or a better insight into the architectural structure of Golaria. Now, this is just really broad. It's by no means, a final or an absolute. And then it talks, it breaks down rural life and rural travel, prices on housing, how much a thatch hut costs, the different levels of fashion, bandanas, swimwear even, winter coats, and then it moves into urban life and urban housing and urban fashion, and the different types of musical instruments one might find, religious symbols, And then there's a decent section on festivals and holidays. And then it moves into trade after festivals and holidays. Let's see where we're at. A breakdown of Albreth, which is one of the holidays. Here we go. We'll zoom in on this for you a little bit. Of all the holidays I've experienced, Albreth has been the most thrilling. It began as an occult celebration of monsters performed by followers of Lamashtu, the Demon Queen. At some point, a group of half-orc and goblin youth in Katapesh began to celebrate the holiday half in jest and half seriously, and it became a secretive masquerade party. It's kind of like Mardi Gras. Okay, I've never been to Mardi Gras, so I'm probably wrong on that. And then there's different fashions for the this particular festival. The Chillheart is one of two blades said to be wielded by, two blades Lamash 2 is said to wield. And then the Red Lust is the other, which is right down here. And then we move into trade. And you see different types of coinage here based off of where they are within the game world. I actually like the simplicity of the copper piece and the complexity of the gold piece. I don't know why I like the whole idea of the hex. I love the fact that it's numbered. We'll zoom in on that. It's numbered. And game mechanic wise, it doesn't do a lot. Sorry, bumped my table. It doesn't do a lot, but if you want to add some flavor, it's a way to make tracking down criminals a little bit more fun, maybe. And then over here we have a large map of the country. And it continues to talk about the different trades. We are starting, actually, this map is about the trade routes of the inner sea. So you can see where in the key, I thought there might have been a key. But you have the different trade routes here. You've got a white one, you've got the green one. And I need to take this off camera to get rid of some of the glare. The key is actually on the map. The trade routes that they are match the color of the letters. So you have the North Track, which is pretty long over here. You have the Diamond Web Way. And then on the next page, it starts breaking things down a little bit more and talking more about the importance of different types of goods and things that, well, we may not as adventurers always think of as trade goods, like brick or lumber. Which is really silly because we have huge stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, 84 Lumber, Carter Lumber, Holmes Lumber, lumber yards all over the country, hardware stores all over the country that use these type of goods just to be in business. And then we start talking about some foods and spices and seasonings, and it really breaks it down. There's a lot of ways here to get flavor into your adventure. There are even recipes, which is something I have wanted to do for Pathfinder for a long, long time. And I am glad they have, and I will most likely make every single one of these in the near future and give them a whirl and see how well they did. And maybe if you comment below and you want to see it, I can put it into a video. And then more on fashion in the different trends of things with accessories, spectacular spectacles, things of that nature. Art and architecture comes into play in the book. This book is really all about the different flavors and styles that are represented within the game world. It's a tool to help you diversify the things in your world. So, for example, one of my favorite parts of the book is actually the architectural styles. You've got the Absalomic, Eidron, Earthbound, New Thessalonians, Shelonite, the Shori, which is very, I'm going to go pyramidic in this picture, Sunswept, and Thrunic. And then on the next couple pages, you've got some of the famous pieces of, or famous structures from around the world. And then they have a whole section on hobbies and pastimes. And they have a hobby showcase. So they've got Bounder, which is a game played with 3 6-sided dice and 2 20-sided dice. Copper tag, feather pressing, all kinds of things that people do to give the world some life. And then you can also apply this to your characters. So, and then on the next page, there's some games. There's Gollum, and we'll zoom in and we'll take a look at this real quick. Gollum is among the best card games for a professional gambler. It has the setup, how to play it, and then on the next page there is the Basilisk. This is a popular sport. It has 2 sides, each people trying to score a ball into a round goal. And we'll zoom out because I got to move out here. I got to move a little bit faster. We're only halfway through the book and we're about 10 minutes in. This is what a Basilisk player looks like. And then here are Riddleport Rollers, which is a Basilisk ball league. And then there's a section on crime and law, which can add a lot of flavor to things. It also lists common crimes and punishments, which can be applied to any homebrew campaign. A few wanted posters for you if you wish to make some NPCs. And then this is the headquarters, which is basically a police station. And then this is, let's see here, it's got a morgue in it, a menagerie, storerooms, records, kennels, places to keep, where's the prison? Cells. The cells are on the bottom floor in the basement. And then there's a decent sized section on the known history. Specifically, it takes a look at the different regions at a glance. And then there is magic, understanding magic, a little section on rituals and things of the nature, and different spell casting signatures and runes, little things to help you give your games more flavor. It talks about different spellcasting layers, like the Library of Exalander Lamore, Miranda Goswin's apartment, and then it moves into fables, folklores, and mythology, ghost stories, legendary figures. And then the next section is a section on religion. There's a new ritual in here, which is the Lucky Month ritual. You imbue the provided token with luck. You choose a single creature within range during the ritual's performance to become a recipient of the token's luck. There's a section on the religious iconography of the region. It's not complete by any means. We all know that the religions in the world of Golaria are rather large or vast, not necessarily large. And then there's the different pantheons that they touch into. Urban prosperity is one of the more unique ones, I think, or one of the neater ones to look into today. So the members, go in a little bit more for you. We have Abadar, Alesta, Karada, Tangar. Areas of concern are peace and prosperities. of cities and protection. So the divine font is harm or heal, wisdom or charisma, diplomacy or society, and the domains are change, which are in Gods and Magic, page 112. Alternate domains, healing and wealth, and then the cleric spells are anticipate peril, knock, and resilient sphere. And the edicts are to celebrate the benefits of urban life. And the weapon is a dagger, something you can carry easily in the city without raising too much attention. And then it moves into nature and animals and animal life. It talks about different types of flora, like the flay leaf and the false flay leaf, which I guess is important. I'm not really too up to date on it, but here is the tanglebriar mushroom, which was originally from the tanglebriar forest. And then we have in some of the fauna, we have an owl bear, a honey pangolin, which lives exclusively in the desert interior of Thuvia. The oldest known member of the species is estimated to be 750 years old. Presumes they're long-lived due to a diet of sun orchids. So sun orchids increase your life, if anybody wants to try that. And then we have an alchemist's shop. This is actually a really great picture, and it is my favorite picture in the book. I've never played, well, okay, let me rephrase that. I haven't played an actual alchemist in Pathfinder 2. I did play one during the playtest. And I love what they did with this. This is probably, in my opinion, would be a well-to-do alchemist, one who's been around a while and has their own shop and is doing a lot of stuff for the people around him. And then on the next page, you have all kinds of different herbal remedies or items that you can make. Here's a toothwort extract. Originally used in dental procedures, toothwort numbs the gums. Simple as that. And there's a pet shop, of course. Whole list of new pets, ranging anywhere from 75 gold pieces to, I think there's one here for a copper. Yeah, here's a copper piece. You can buy a mouse for a copper piece. You can buy an alpaca. What else is on here? A turtle. Who wants a turtle? It's a small turtle, of course. A monkey. Who wants a monkey? 3 gold. And of course, then there's tack, harness stuff, things to take care of the animal. Prices for that. And then another little a full-page map of monster hotspots. And this is where certain things grow, and they talk about it. And so knowing monster locations and where to find them is also about how to avoid them. It goes through a nice long list of areas where certain types of creatures, like the Bloodseeker, the simple Bloodseeker is responsible for more deaths than any other creature of legend. They come from their bleeding pools, suck livestock dry, and disappear once again. Every outpost has a farmer who can talk about a prize sow flying away as Bloodseekers carried her off. The mud-packed dens of Bloodseekers tend to form in abandoned buildings or swampland. Often you can hear their buzzing before you see the den itself. Unfortunately, finding the den tends to be the last act of a desperate farmer, as the Bloodseekers are only too happy for the self-delivered meal. Gelatinous cube. Hot spots. Big area. And then we speak of weather and climate, and it breaks down every region a little bit with weather and climate. And here is a map of the weather patterns. And down in the bottom corner, you have a key to take care of all that. And then we have, after weather and climate, you move into rare events. There is animal migration and blood rains, which blood rains is the one that I kind of want to talk about because I found it really kind of neat. So Just when one believed Ustalav couldn't be more unnerving in sweep the blood rains every 37 years. The origins are unknown, but storms of thick red blood droplets of rain roll across the nation for a day. The precipitation clots as if it were blood. Though thorough testing by alchemists results in indeterminate findings, regardless, and perhaps most disturbingly, it appears being caught in this rain can be good for one's health. Usually. So, what is the Sanguine Cascade? It's an event 6. You walk the streets as the blood rains pour down on you for one day. The water is sticky and begins to seep through your clothes and into your skin. Attempt a DC 24 check. Critical success, you gain a taste for blood that invigorates you at its mere scent. Whenever a creature within 30 feet takes persistent bleed damage from one of your abilities, gain temporary hit points. Success. It's pleasantly fortifying and you gain a sense of vigor. Failure. Something is wrong in the rain. You feel as if your body wants to shed itself of blood. You gain weakness to persistent bleed. Crit fail. Your vitality appears to have been torn from you. You become drained. 2. As long as the drain condition persists, you take a -2 circumstance penalty on curses, disease, and poisons. Requires a week of rest. And there are probably 15 or 20 more similar types of events. And then the last real chapter is about the stars. And it talks about the cosmic caravan and the thrush, newlyweds, all of the different as I back up, constellations and what they mean. I don't know if this has ever been published anywhere else. I don't recall seeing it in any of the Pathfinder books in the entire time I've been playing the game. At least not all together in one place. I think I might have seen 1 or 2 things here and there, but not a complete not cosmology. You know what I mean. I totally lost track of my word there. And then here are the phases of the moon, which is cool. I like the phases of the moon. I've always been, enamored by it. I've never really done anything with researching it. And then there is a list of astrological backgrounds that they added in the book. So more player information and a glossary and an index. All right, guys. So what do I think of this book? Well, let me start with, one, I really do like what they did with it. They made it a book heavy on influencing or giving players and characters and GMs a tool to expand their understanding of Golaria. And the other thing I really like about it is it seems to be a little bit more player heavy, so more players might be interested in buying into it. And GMs can use it for a wide variety of things, like learning more about the geographical locations. Thanks, guys, for watching, and have a great day. Please like, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all of which are through Gamer Goggles or Gamer-Goggles, any of the above. If you have questions, post them below. Thanks, and have a great day. Hi, guys. Meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.